It's Psychic Cynthia here again, Spiritual Psychic Cynthia Killian. And welcome back to your Awakening Your Inner Psychic Level 1 video class series. Let's talk just a little bit about some of your energy systems and your chakras. And I know there's a lot of information available out there about it, but I wanted to give you a little bit here as we're starting. According to the traditional systems, there are 7 energy centers, traditional systems of India, I should say. And by the way, you'll hear people talk about the chakras and you'll hear people talk about the meridians. Do you know those are from 2 completely different energy systems? And the chakras come out of the healing systems of India, whereas the meridians come out of the healing systems of China. And they don't overlap, okay? What I mean is, like, the Chinese don't have chakras in their ancient wisdom schools, nor do the ancient Indians did they have the concept of meridians. So they really are 2 different systems. We're going to stick mainly with the chakras in this level 1. The meridians are actually quite complex and very hard to trace along the body, so I couldn't even show you the meridians in this video if I wanted, because they run very long lines. But if you want to know more about that, you can. For now, we're going to stick with the chakras and also your aura and your energy bodies, okay? So 7 traditional chakras, and actually the chakras are superhighway energy centers. They are where other energy lines, so to speak, come together in the body. Because in the yogic understanding, which is where we get the concept of the chakras from, there are these channels, nerve centers, nerve passageways, energy centers, or energy tunnels almost, energy highways, okay? That run all throughout the body. And these are called the nadis, N-A-D-I-S. And by the way, you don't have to memorize all this terminology to awaken your inner psychic. Just familiarize yourself with the idea that there are energy circuits running within you. Now, the thing is, they're not just physical, understand? They're not like your blood vessels. I mean, they kind of are on an energetic level, but these energy roads and passages and circuits, they are overlapping into your non-physical self, if that makes any sense. And where they come together, where some of these larger circuits come together, is what forms what we call the chakras. So the chakras are actually intersections where major roads of energy come together in the body. A lot of people don't realize that. They're like, oh, are they just whirling balls of energy light? No, they're actually, it's like where, Highway 54 comes together with 135 or 135 and K96. These huge highways are coming together, and you have a chakra or a main artery of the system, right? So that's what your chakras are. And there's 7 that we agree upon. And then there are some others, like a lot of times, you might hear me talking about chakras in the palms of the hand, because I use those energy centers a lot in my work, even just going like this before I do a reading, okay? But we're going to stick with the main 7 now, because these are considered more like secondary chakras. And so we start from the bottom and work our way up. Now the root, that's like your tailbone. You can't quite see my tailbone here. It's at the base of your spine or your tailbone. And I say it's it could be underneath too, because these aren't really physically based. They overlap with the physical, but they don't originate in the physical. It's more like your physical body might come out of them rather than vice versa. So there's a chakra down at the base. That's your root. It's called the base chakra too. And its color is red usually, or black, or very dark brown, like the soil, right? Or blood for red. And this is more like a cone, so it opens up and down and connects you to the earth. All right? There's 2 chakras that open up and down, and then the rest to kind of move from your spine forward. And the chakra that opens up and down is the root. And then your crown also opens up and down, okay? Your crown doesn't go shh like this. No, it goes up and down. And your root, the same thing. And they're actually basically counterparts of each other. It's the top and the bottom. So one shortcut you can do if you want to balance your chakras, but you kind of don't have a lot of time for the day, is you can open your root chakra with your mind. We'll talk more about how to do that later if you don't know how to do that. And then you can open your crown chakra. And you can get both of those going really good and imagine that they're connecting. And that can be your quick chakra opener, okay? Even though you're missing 5 others, but just opening those 2 together and bringing them two together will help to open the other ones. So there's a little shortcut for you. Even if you're more experienced, that might help you, right? Okay, so from the root you go up, and the sacral would be, I don't know if you can tell, see where my little belly button is here, but the sacral would be right like in the womb area, basically, on a woman. So, maybe an inch or 2 below the belly button. And this is, like the womb, the creative source, the creativity, the sexuality. It's orange as its color. It's a real joyous and uplifting, warm energy. And we're not going to get into what each and every one of the chakras signifies here. I can put that into some writing form for you. I just want you to know kind of where they're at and a little bit about their colors, okay? And that one is still part of the lower chakra system. The root is kind of the king of the lower chakra system, okay? And so chakra number 1 is the root. Chakra number 2 is the sacral chakra, or some I think call it the spleen. And that's the orange one. And these are whirling vortexes of light, okay? And how big they are really depends on the person. They might be like this big, or they might be this big, okay? But they're there. They come, remember the root opens, it's like a funnel or a cone, but the sacral moves like most of the others from the back forward, from outside your spine forward to the front, and the light comes out. So it has a front and a back side. That's what I'm saying. And then moving up, you'll go to the solar plexus area, which, is right there underneath the rib cage, usually. That's pretty easy to find. And its color is yellow or gold, like a sun. And that's also considered part of the lower chakra system. And so these are your 3 lower chakras, the solar plexus and the sacral and the root, which are generally thought to have to do with grounding and power in the physical world, survival, all that kind of stuff, sexuality and your physical world, creativity. Actually, the solar plexus chakra is a very psychic chakra too, for sure. They all are, though, in their own way. So that's yellow and that's gold. And you go up into the heart, which I think is pretty easy to find. And that's color is green. Although sometimes it feels a little pink, doesn't it? Yes. And then we go up to the throat chakra, which actually, starts in the back, just like the heart starts in the back. It has a front and a back side. I don't know why we don't call it the neck chakra, but we call it the throat chakra. So you have green for the heart, kind of like a sky blue or a baby blue for the throat, a light blue. Of course, the third eye, which is very associated with psychicism. And this would be like a navy blue or an indigo. Then up into the crown, which has many different colors actually. But we think of the crown as a violet or a purple. And yes, with hints of indigo and navy blue, and also sometimes gold, silver, and white. Little flecks, right? And so this is the complete energy system. And remember, the root and the crown, like the crown opens up and the root opens down to the earth. And all the others have a front and a back side, and they move from the back of the spine, forward. And those are sort of your colors. And when you're, working to awaken your inner psychic, you can move your consciousness into these different chakras and awaken them simply by thinking of their colors. A good practice that I like to do often is to start at the root and to imagine the red energy of the root rising up and feeling my whole aura, and then going back down, and do that maybe like 3 times. It's sort of rising up like a balloon. And so I'm turning that root chakra on, and I actually imagine that I'm flipping a switch at the root, okay? And then I'll go on upward to the sacral chakra, which is orange. And I'll do the same thing. Imagine that orange coming up and then back down a few times. And I'll just go one by one, and I'll go to the solar plexus, which is yellow or gold, and to the heart, which is green, to the throat, which is that baby blue, and then the dark blue of the third eye, and the, violet and white and silver and gold of the crown. And so just kind of keep pulling these colors up and around. And when I get to the crown, I usually like to kind of see that just almost like erupting or exploding and sprinkling sparkles all over the rest of my aura. Now the aura, you probably have seen pictures of that. That's your non-physical energy body extending out for several feet. But anyway, let's just stick with the chakras right now, okay? So you get the idea that you can awaken these by thinking about their colors and activating them. And I'm serious, if you will do this regularly, it will make a lot of difference to your psychic ability. I mean, interestingly enough, I find that not only does it increase, say, my psychic ability to see and perceive and know and feel, it also seems to increase my ability to be magical and to manifest and to attract things. It never fails if I do a really in-depth chakra meditation like I've described. Almost always I get a call from a client, a new client often immediately after. So it helps me in business. It's very interesting because it's not like I'm thinking about abundance or prosperity or anything else, but something really good happens after I do these meditations, and you'll find that's true too. I'm not saying it will manifest in the realm of prosperity for you. I don't know. It might be love or career success or just a feeling of happiness, feeling good. But here's the thing. When you do these chakra color exercises, and of course I'm going to give you some meditation downloads too that you can listen to, right? Because it actually does help to meditate, to close your eyes and turn off the videos. I mean, I love the videos for teaching, but when you want to meditate, you don't need that visual distraction because you need to be looking within. And when you start doing more of that and expanding your inner psychic, stuff just starts happening. Your energy field, it starts to give off a different frequency. And I'm not talking about just like you're thinking positive, so it changes reality. It doesn't even have to do with if you think positive or negative. I mean, yes, it is good to think positive. What I'm talking about is you expand your chakras and your etheric body. It makes your frequency more attractive to good things. And isn't that nice? Don't you want that too? Why not be psychic and have a great life? Sounds good, doesn't it? Alrighty, so work with your chakras and your colors. Use your imagination, that's key. Perhaps we need a lesson on that. But for now, just start acquainting yourself with the chakras. Oh, by the way, you can also kind of touch the parts on your body and just put your hands there for a moment or two and try to tune into the chakra with your mind. That's a good way too, as well, to expand them. Happy chakra expanding. Until next time, bright blessings.